Suzuki has recently launched the 2026 Burgman in India, bringing what appears to be a more substantial update than a typical mid-cycle refresh. There are revisions in terms of chassis, engine tuning, features and practicality, while the overall positioning of the scooter remains largely unchanged. So in this review, let's take a closer look at what has actually changed in the new Burgman and whether these new updates make a noticeable difference in everyday use. At first glance, in terms of design, this might look like a similar Burgman, old Burgman that is there in Suzuki's fleet. But once you start getting into the details, there are far more changes that Suzuki has made in the new Burgman which were not expected. The overall maxi-style design continues, but the scooter now gets revised bodywork, updated LED lighting elements and new detailing with copper accents across the body panels. The proportions remain one of the Burgman's defining characteristics. The floorboard area feels spacious enough for relaxed riding, especially during longer commutes, and the overall riding triangle continues to prioritize comfort over aggression. Practicality also remains a strong focus area. The underseat storage in the new Burgman is around 24.6 liters, good enough to keep your groceries and other stuff, but still not good enough to keep a full face helmet. You can't close it. But apart from the underseat storage, there are front compartments as well on both sides of the scooter. You can keep your phones, wallets, and there's a USB charging slot as well on the left side of this Suzuki Burgman. Now, Suzuki has also added an external fuel filler lid at the rear section of the scooter, which makes refueling more convenient in terms of everyday use. Suzuki says the engine tuning has been revised for improved low and mid-range performance. The scooter now rides on 12-inch wheels at both ends with 90-section front and 100-section rear tubeless tires. Feature additions are also significant this time. The higher variants now get a 4.2-inch TFT color display with smartphone connectivity through Suzuki Ride Connect app, along with features like navigation and ride information. But beyond specifications and feature additions in the new Burgman, the important question is, how does this new scooter actually feel on the road while riding? Let's talk about that now. The 124cc engine continues to focus more on refinement and urban usability rather than outright performance. The noticeable change, however, is in the way power delivery now feels through the mid-range. Compared to the previous version, the response feels slightly more linear and predictable in everyday riding conditions. The performance itself is adequate for daily city commutes and regular traffic overtakes. Torque delivery isn't instantaneous or aggressive, but there is enough usability here for urban riding requirements without the scooter feeling underpowered. Suzuki has also revised the CVT tuning, particularly in the 30 to 60 km/h range, and that does make the scooter feel slightly smoother during typical city acceleration. In terms of ride quality, the suspension setup handles smaller potholes and uneven sections reasonably well. However, once the roads get rougher or deeper potholes start appearing, the setup does begin to feel slightly stiff. The same applies to the seat cushioning as well. While the seat itself offers enough width and length for a comfortable riding posture, the cushioning can feel slightly firm over bad surfaces during longer rides. On the braking front, the combi braking system works well both in traffic and at slightly higher speeds. The braking feel is progressive and confidence-inspiring enough for everyday riding conditions. Suzuki has focused on improving several practical and functional aspects of the new Burgman while retaining its original identity. Now, the Ride Connect variant of this new Burgman will cost you around 1,02,000 rupees ex-showroom, and the TFT version, the TFT color screen variant of the new Burgman will cost you around 1,14,000 rupees ex-showroom. And overall, this feels like a well-balanced scooter with few meaningful and practical updates. The added features, improved usability, and slightly more refined mid-range performance do make it feel more polished for city usage. At the same time, the slightly firm suspension and seat cushioning on rough roads are aspects that continue to stand out during longer rides. But overall, this update feels far more comprehensive than a simple cosmetic refresh.